Presentations, refining materials. Okay, picking up where we left off was 2205, complete. Let's open that up. And then let's do a save as. So we are on 2206. Again. Yeah, let's save as. And we'll make that one 2206 complete. Okay, so we're going to be doing refining materials. Now let's go down to our sheets and let's click on our live 3D views. Okay, so here we are at our live 3D views, and it's nice to work right on a sheet because you can see things happening live. And the other thing that we wanted to do here was make sure that our realistic mode was turned on. And yes, it is because we can actually see some of the materials in there. So let's just refine a few materials. So let's pick the exterior to start. I'm going to right click and activate the view. So just a few little things. Let's click on the door. We'll change the trim of the door and the window to be the same as everything else that's trim material. So we'll click on that, edit type, and we may want to make a different type for this. So we could say duplicate, and we'll say door material for the panel is going to be paint trim. So remember that one we made? It was called paint trim. And this is where that can be handy because then if you need to change the trim paint, then you just change it in one place right here in the materials. Or else we'll have some green happening. Okay, so that's just a little bit more subdued. Okay, we'll click on that one, edit type, duplicate. Okay, now glass is fine, of course, but the sash, we want to change that to paint trim. And maybe we want to do the same on the railing. So we can click on that, edit type, and let's go to the rail structure. So you can see here that it's wood, cherry. Why not? Let's leave it at that. Okay, we've also got this brick here. Maybe we want to use a different color brick from the existing. Now, this view is actually doing a show all face filter. I want to change that to a show complete. That way we'll actually see the brick from there. So it's the same brick. Maybe we decide we want to completely not match the brick. We want to make our own style of brick here for some reason. So we'll click on that wall that we've made. This is EW1 phase 1. Let's edit the type. Let's edit the structure. And then just under the masonry brick, we're going to click that little extra button. And we're going to duplicate the materials. So you always want to be duplicating these things because if I were to change that, then the existing brick would change. So we just want to change brick 2. Okay, so we can go into the appearance, and there's lots of different materials you can choose from. This is the Autodesk library right here. And this is something which is new for 2012, but all of your Autodesk products, 3ds Max, whatever, all the materials are going to be handled the same way. In fact, they're the same materials. Masonry, and maybe we want to go with something brick, expand that out and just refine it to brick. So there's a beige brick that we could use. There's a basket weave. So you can see what's happening right here. Got here called clinker. I don't think we'll do that either. English. Okay, so it's a little bit of a older style, maybe even an older Ontario style. Okay, lots of different types. I think that we're going to just go with gray brick. We're going to make it sleek and modern and cool. Say okay, and okay, and okay. And there we go, gray brick. What about this siding? Maybe we aren't crazy about that. Let's click on the wall, edit type, edit structure, and then let's edit the siding. So let's just click on that little extra button. Let's just go over here to graphics. We want to make another siding. We'll call this one just siding 2 because I'm not sure what it's actually going to be. We're going to go to appearance, and we don't want to be in the masonry. We want to be maybe in, let's see what we've got here. There's stucco. Okay, so let's see what we have for stucco. Coarse white, dark gray, beige, tan. Okay, maybe we want to go with a fine cream stucco. Just going to click that one. Go back to graphics. Use render appearance for shading. Notice the surface pattern didn't change. I'm going to click back in the appearance. So this actually wants me to replace it or keep both or cancel. Let's cancel that out because we did already pick it. If we just go back to graphics here, surface pattern is set at 6-inch parallel. What we're going to do is let's just change that to sand. And then the cut pattern, we can just put to none. Just say no pattern there. It's a very small pattern if you're cutting through it. We'll say okay, and okay, and okay. Okay, so now we've got gray brick, kind of like a beige stucco, and there we go. The other thing sometimes I'll do is refine the roof. If I just tab through here into the roof, there it is there. I'm going to click on Edit Type, Edit Structure, and then the roof asphalt. Let's just click on that, and then we'll go to Appearance. I actually find it to be quite gray, unless you want gray material on your roof. Let's go to Roofing. If you're going to go with shingles, you might want to go with something black. Okay, so there's a number of different ones that you can go with here. You know, it really depends on what you're going to be using. There's cedar shakes. Again, though, you got to be a little bit careful because I don't think I changed this one. The asphalt shingle is cedar shake, so I'm actually going to have to go back and change that. Back to asphalt shingles. Right there. Not sure I got the perfect one, but I'm just going to copy this nonetheless. Name that. We'll just call that Roofing 2. Okay, and then under Appearance, let's just pick a little bit of a darker one right there. Okay, and then we'll say okay to that, and okay. And now our roofing is a little bit darker. Again, really depends on what you want. So that's the exterior. Let's just right-click, deactivate the view. You're certainly welcome to choose whatever you want. And then the interior is all up to you as well. This is something as we render, we may even continue to refine the materials. In fact, we will continue to refine the materials. This is the process, but it's just the beginning. So let's just save what we've done. Close it in Windows. We can close that down.